All right, what's up, everybody? It's Jamaal, Boss Eagle Curry here with the virtual tip jar setup walkthrough. I'm going to show you guys how to set up your virtual tip jar so you can start collecting tips and donations online, particularly as we've been talking about with this training. When you can use this link on your Facebook Live videos, but really, I'm going to show you how to create this donation setup to where you can actually use this link anywhere. And it'll also allow you to create a button so that you can put on your website too, if that's something that you want to do. So this will require you to have a PayPal account. If you don't have one, I'd encourage you just to go ahead and pause this video and go quickly set up a PayPal account for your music. That's something you should probably have anyway. Go ahead and get that set up and then come back. But what's really cool about this feature is, as opposed to kind of the old way that the way I first learned how to do this, this new way actually doesn't require your donors to have to have a PayPal account. The old way would require them to have to set up a PayPal account. This way doesn't. So I'm super excited about this method. It's going to allow you to take donations of no charge to your donor, although we'll still have to pay the little bit of service fee, but that's okay because it allows us to take tips and donations just like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So when you log into your PayPal account, you're going to go to the top navigation. You can see all the options up here. You're going to go to Tools and click on PayPal buttons. And then PayPal is going to give you some different options: buy now, add to cart, donate, subscribe, installment plan, and automatic billing. We're going to go ahead and click on donate. And we're going to actually go through the process of creating a button. So PayPal will bring you here to where you're going to set this up. And it's really self-explanatory. There's only 4 steps and it's really simple. So on this first page, what I would do is just personally leave everything the same. I wouldn't change anything, at least for me. I'm in the United States, so I'm going to leave that. My language is English. In terms of the PayPal button style, I am not too concerned about that. This is what it's going to look like. But again, this is only if you're going to use this button on your website, because it's going to give you code to be able to add this to your website. I'm not currently interested in that necessarily. I'm only interested right now in creating the link. So we can use a link and paste that anywhere, right? So the button size, you get large or small. I would leave that as large. Show accepted card logos. Again, I'm not really worried about that right now, but you can manipulate those things if you want to be able to add this to your website. It'll also give you the option to use your own button image if you want to do that as well. But again, I'm going to leave everything the way it is here and just click continue. Taking me to the next step, step 2, it's to make your donate button. So it says choose how to display your organization's name and logo. Again, I'm not worried about this so much, this first part, because I'm not worried about having it look a certain way necessarily, like having a logo on there or anything. I want it to be pretty simple, pretty plain, so that it's not distracting or anything like that. I'm just going to leave all those things the same. The organization name, this is going to be pre-populated because PayPal is going to pull in the name that the account is made under. So my account is actually under my business name, not my music business. It's just my overall entertainment company. So that's what it gets pre-filled there. You cannot change this. So I would suggest that if you haven't set up a PayPal account just yet and you're watching this video, go ahead and just put it under your music name or your business name or whatever you want to do. If you do have this set up under your business name like I do, but you want to have your artist or band name set up as well, and so that it appears on the front end of this donate option, you can go ahead and enter that here, this in the optional section. So what I would do is say Boss Eagle donations or something like that. And then it says, let your donor choose specific programs for their donations. This basically gives them options to donate to specific things. So I'm going to leave this because I'm just going to take general donations. But let's say you wanted to be able to accept donations for your tour or your album or, whatever it is. Maybe you have 3 or 4 different things. You can click yes, and then you can list all of those out so people could donate to specific things. But again, I'm just keeping this as plain and simple as possible. In business, it's said all the time, a confused mind always says no. So let's try not to confuse them. Let's try not to create too much hurdle for them. We just want them to take that credit card out because they're already in the mindset of doing it. Swipe that card virtually, and that way we can get tips and donations. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue here. Takes us to step 3, make your donate button. Again, The currency, make sure you choose the currency that applies to you. I'm in the US, I'm going to use US dollars. Amount donors can give is the next section. I just leave it at any amount because I don't want to create, again, any kind of friction or anything like that, or any kind of confusion. But you could choose exact amounts, or 3 different amount options or whatever, again, if you're doing different things. Let donors make monthly recurring donations is another question. I have that set as yes. I'm going to leave that. That's the default, because if a person says, hey, I want to be able to give you $5 every month or $10 every month, let them do that. Okay. Don't prevent people from giving you money. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that and click continue. And then this last page, don't skip over this because this does give you some optional settings. The first one is to get info from donors. So basically you could ask them for their mailing address and things like that. I would leave that as no. You can see right here. I'd leave that as no because people get a little bit leery, get a little bit, when you start asking for too much information. I wouldn't do that. But this next one, leave that. The default is yes. Let donors send an optional note to you with their donations. If somebody wants to say, hey, I'm supporting you, good luck, keep going or whatever, sometimes that little bit of extra encouragement can go a long way. See, the second option is route donors back to your site. So this gives you the option of where you want to send people after one of 2 things happens. The first one is cancel, as you can see there. So if a person cancels without completing the donation, where do you want them to go? Well, there'll be a link and you'll see that in a second. So I'll go ahead and put that. I'll just put my web address right there, bosseaglemusic.com. And where do you want to take them once the donation is completed? So once they complete the donation, where do you want PayPal to route them? So we'll add that there. Set account identifier. I wouldn't mess with that. That just asks basically, do you want them to use your account ID, or do you want them to use your personal information like an email address? Always leave it as your account ID. That way it just kind of protects your information a little bit more. And then add extra HTML buttons, that type of thing. I am not a tech person. I'm not going to worry about that. So all we got to do is come down to finish and get code. And right here, PayPal is going to show you the code for the button. So that first option is the button HTML. Again, that's if you want to be able to add this to your website. You can embed that code in there. You also have the option for a QR code over here, or in the middle, the shareable URL. That's what we're going to click there. And it's going to give you the URL for your PayPal donate button. So we're going to copy this to the clipboard and go up into the URL, and we're going to paste that in. And it's asking for a security challenge. That's okay. They're just trying to make sure that there's not bots and different things. So you click that, and there it is. You can see it. So again, it pre-populated with my company name, 8199 Entertainment, but the purpose is Boss Eagle Donation. So people will know, oh, okay, I know I'm in the right place. This is for Boss Eagle. They can go ahead and enter any amount they want, $50, $75, $5. They could click to make it a monthly donation, that kind of thing, if they want to. And then they can click on the donate with PayPal or donate with a debit or credit card. So if they have a PayPal account, boom, takes it right out of that. If they want to use a credit card or debit card, they can do that as well. And if they cancel, it just takes them to my website, to that link that I put in there. Does that make sense? So this is real simple, real easy to set up, and you can start taking donations right away. Now, I want to show you one other thing that I think you should do for a couple of reasons. One, because the link is so long, and 2, it's not really trackable this way. I would really encourage you to set up a short link. And so I personally use Bitly. So we go to bit.ly.com. And you can see here, this is how you create kind of a short link. If you use Bitly, great. If not, you can use whatever, like Smart URL or something like that. But if you do use Bitly, I like Bitly. Bitly's really easy. It's really simple. You would just go here and you click create. And I'm going to take that link and paste it right here, the long form, and click. I don't have to click create. Actually, it created it for me. And then that way, it creates a short link for me to use. And I can add a title. I can say, Boss Eagle Music PayPal donations or something like that. I can also customize the back half of the link. So it's always going to be bit.ly, and I could say, Boss Eagle Music PayPal, tips or something like that. You can leave it whatever you want. And then I'm going to click save there. And then if I click copy, I'm going to copy the link. You can see it kind of copies there. I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to use that link. Go ahead and put my new bit.ly link in there, and it takes me right to the same page. So now this way you have a shorter link. You don't have that whole long old massive link that you're trying to copy and paste into your Facebook Live, into your descriptions. Now you have that little short link that you can use, and you don't have to adjust that. You don't have to personalize it. You can leave it the way that Bit.ly or Smart URL or whoever you use, you leave it how they create it, but it gives you a shorter link so it looks cleaner inside your Facebook Live. And then also, it's trackable. So those links are trackable, so you can see where people are coming from. So if you wanted to create a different version of that short link for Facebook, you want to create a different short link for Twitter, you want to create, like how you adjust that back half of it, you can actually start to see where people are coming from. So then that way you can know, like, oh man, so like this is really working inside Facebook Live, but when I put it in Twitter, I don't get a lot of hits from it. Or when, I put it in my, description, and I put it on Instagram or whatever, it doesn't really hit well or whatever. So it just depends. It's great to be able to have that data so you can track it, so you can know where your traffic is actually coming from. So you can start to put more of your attention there and drive more traffic to that source. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Go ahead and create your virtual tip jar. If you don't have a PayPal account, go set one up. It's free. And then come back, set up your virtual tip jar, start using this, start putting that link right in your Facebook description when you start doing your Facebook Lives. Mention it a couple different times, just like you would from the stage. If you're performing live, you'd say, hey, we're taking tips, or we got a donation hat here, a donation bucket over there. You'd mention it a couple times. You don't have to do it, every minute or whatever, just, 1 or 2 or 3 times, depending on how long your live video is. And give people a chance to be able to support you. Give them a reason and a chance to be able to support you. Hope this training was helpful for you guys. Look forward to hearing how much you guys get in tips and donations down the road. So keep going with the training, and see you when I see you. Peace.